most people, starting your very first job isn't always the greatest experience. However, for me it was, considering I've been there since October of 2021. Most people would describe me as somebody who tries really hard in the things that they do, and when I do something for a long period of time, I tend to get attached. Well, this is what happened to me at the Eagles Club. The Eagles is a place I feel most at home. The Eagles has taught me many valuable lessons in my life, it has brought some of the best people into my life, and it's the reason I'm at my best today. In the past, you would describe me as the shyest person you have ever met. I used to be very reserved and I would watch things from afar because I didn't know how to fit in and I didn't want to embarrass myself. Around this time, I was looking for a job because I just turned 15. I was at the Eagles with some friends and family for my cousin's fundraiser, and somebody joked and said, "How about you grab an application?" I was like, "You're crazy, because why would I want to work at a restaurant? There's no chance." They basically bullied me into grabbing the application, and I filled it out, turned it in, and a week later I got a call asking to come in for an interview. Obviously, I got the job, but my first day there was super nerve-wracking for me because I was just so shy that I didn't want to talk to anyone other than my boss who was turning me in. After the first month, I started to grow more comfortable with my coworkers and in my work. However, there were still a lot of struggles because of past managers and the way that they would act, and it was just a very annoying place, and I really wanted to quit. But after some time, those managers were no longer with us, and my coworkers and I maneuvered our way through everything going on at the moment. Until two of them stepped up and became kitchen and bar manager. Things were going great after that. I became so close with my coworkers that they were my family and no longer my coworkers. I also started to get very close with our regular customers and looked forward to seeing them. I was very proud of myself at this time because I was saving a lot of money, and as a 15, almost 16-year-old, I knew I was going to have to get a car and have a lot of payments coming ahead. So I saved all my money and I didn't spend it. I don't have that money now because I bought a car, but that's okay. I was also given a lot more responsibility, and by this, I would just help out the bartenders a lot more and take on a lot of their projects or things that they were doing. I would work a lot of parties and get more hours, and then I also helped train in new people. After my first year evaluation, I was given a raise and I became head runner. As head runner, I fully took on the job of a bartender other than serving alcohol. Also, as head runner, that meant that I watched over all the other runners and made sure they were doing what they were supposed to be doing, and they would come to me instead of going to a manager for something. I'd also fill out the schedule for me and the other runners, and I would just continue to work a lot more. But as a waitress, basically a bartender other than the alcohol part, I would also have to work a runner's job at the same night because we were very tight on people, and it was really hard, but it made me learn a lot more. After celebrating my first year there, a lot of people noticed change in me, and I noticed it in myself too. And obviously not in a bad way, in a very good way. I started to gain a lot more people skills, and I started to crawl out of my shell. I wasn't the shy little girl that I once was, and I was very confident in myself, especially in my work. I gained so many relationships with people that I never would have met other than through the Eagles, and I also started to gain a lot more friends at school because I was just more confident. The Eagles is a place that I will forever feel welcome because they are my family and they will always be my family. I would never describe them as my coworkers because they're my family. My favorite nights there are Thursdays because Thursdays has taught me a lot and has caused me to meet some really good people. Thursdays are trivia nights, and they are never a bad crowd no matter how big or how small the crowd is. I don't work them anymore, but I still go and I play trivia with one of my coworkers and a lot of our friends. We've never won. That doesn't mean that we suck. There's just other teams that have been playing a lot longer than us and they're just better than us. But it's the reason I met some of the most constant people in my life at the moment. Some of those people are Bill, Clyde, and Art. Bill, Clyde, and Art are the coolest people I've ever met. They're always there for me, and I love to joke around and have fun with them. I would describe them as some of my best friends, even though they're 40 years older than me. It could be my grandparents. Ravi, his wife, and their family are the sweetest customers I've ever met too. They have yelled at me for not working Thursdays anymore because I'm not their server, but it's okay because I still get to see them. And then Conrad. Conrad's an amazing person, and anyone would be lucky enough to have him in their life, and I am one of those lucky people. I've enjoyed our talks and getting to know him this past year. I would say that we have a love-hate relationship because we pick on each other constantly and just fight a lot. But when it comes down to it, playing trivia with him on Thursday nights and with all of our friends is the highlight of my week. I will be thankful to the Eagles for that, and I highly recommend you guys go try out trivia because it's really fun. In conclusion, the Eagles is the reason I'm the best version of myself today. I'm really grateful for the life lessons it has taught me and the things I have learned from it and the people that it has brought into my life. I'm Savannah K, and this is the time I was at my best. Thank you.